Okay, welcome everybody. My name is John Rice and I serve as the clinic director, and we'd like to thank everyone for attending the Southern California Football Coaches Association virtual clinic. We're excited for our next speaker. Coach Adam Gaylor is the defensive coordinator at Jenks High School in Oklahoma. His topic for this session is attacking offenses with simulated pressures. Adam, thanks so much for taking time away from your busy schedule to be here with us today. We appreciate you.
Coach, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Appreciate SoCal Football Coach Association for having me. Very honored to be a part of this clinic with unbelievable speakers and unbelievable lineup, and just very humble to be a part of it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and share my screen. If you guys have questions, I'm going to try to plow through as much as this I can. And you guys, you can put questions in the chat and ask anything you got. I'm going to try to get through as much as I can, so you can ask at the end, or I'll answer them at the end. So don't feel like I'm neglecting you, because I promise I'm not. Okay. I just want to get through as much material as possible. Okay. First of all, let me go back to this talk real quick. Those of you that don't know, Jenks High School won its 17th state championship this year. This was my first one here, my second year here as a defense coordinator, but just an unbelievable tradition here at this school. Again, I'm a very minute part of those numbers up there. There's been a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players, and the legacy of Alan Trimble is up there in all those numbers. So just very humbled and honored to be associated with this program. Hopefully we can put a couple more years up there. So again, Coach, thanks for having me. We'll get rolling on this. All right, so I'm gonna talk about creepers and simulated pressures. They're kind of one and the same. So the first couple things we're going to do is define, what is a creeper and what is a simulated pressure. So you could really call them the same thing. The definitions vary. It's kind of really like, what do you want to call them? How do you want to categorize them with your kids? They might be the same thing. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I'm just going to tell you how we do it, kind of how we separate the two, because the way we call them are different as well. So it doesn't matter what you call them. I'm just going to show you like how our system, how we call them. I think it's really simple. I think creepers and simulated pressures have been around for a long time. I know when I first got into coaching, we did them. We just didn't call them the things that we call them now. And I think the way that they're kind of packaged is different than what it used to be. Again, I don't think it's anything new. I think they've just been kind of revamped. And I think, how they're packaged, how guys like Coach Aranda and Coach Roberts, Coach Tony, have kind of really made it really simple to be very multiple with them. So again, I'm going to show you how we use them and how we call a few of our creepers and simulateds. So for us, what is a creeper? Okay, a creeper could be a zone replacement pressure. Okay, so we're bringing a second or third level rusher and we're replacing him in the coverage with a first level defender, aka a defensive lineman. So somebody that's not counted in the blocking scheme, that's not that's not counted as going to be a rusher initially. Okay. And a lot of times with our creepers, we want to bring guys that aren't counted in the blocking scheme, whether it's run or pass. Okay. So we like to bring third level guys as much as we can because they're not accounted for by the offensive line. One rack coverage. So what that means is we're going to play man free, man under with a post player and a low cutter or a rat in the hole. Okay. Sometimes these one rack creepers look like man free blitzes because you get the add-on of the guy. Like if it's 6-man protection, the back stays in. The guy that has the back in coverage adds on to the rush, and so you get a 5-man pressure look out of it. But those are the two par down calls coverage wise that we're going to use. Okay, we're going to use predominantly 3 deep, 4 under, and then 1 rat sims. We'll mix up a little middle of the field open creepers like quarters on early downs or par downs, and but that's not what the world we're going to live in from a simulated pressure or creeper standpoint. So use traditional zone blitz patterns. So one of our favorites is just bringing the field invert, or what we call the dog, some people call the star, the nickel, from the field as the 4th rusher, and we're gonna angle the front or step the front into the boundary, and we're gonna drop the boundary side end. And so that's the NCAA pattern, right? Except we're not bringing the inside linebacker to that side. He's going to be an extra underneath guy. So again, the way we teach him, we don't teach him like fire zones, like the 4-man fire zones where you have the 4th underneath guy. You teach 3 deep, 3 under coverage, and the 4th guy is kind of extra. He's what you want to do, whatever you want to do with him. Whether he's if it's a certain formation that stresses 3 deep, 3 under, or I've heard guys use that guy, the extra dropper, as a spy guy. We actually teach hook drops and flat drops to our curl flat drops to our, to like our defensive ends, because they're usually the ones that are dropping. Par down call. So what do I mean by par down? Pass and run down. So it's an either or down, right? All things equal, they can run it, they can throw it. These are calls 1st and 10, 2nd and long. Whenever you're thinking, run or pass. These are not just 3rd down calls for us. Creepers aren't. Again, 2nd or 3rd level. Rusher, non-traditional rusher. So it's going to be a DB or it's going to be a linebacker that's adding on, that's adding to the rush. Okay. So what is a simulated pressure for us? Okay. Again, mainly 3rd down calls for us. Simulateds are mainly 3rd down calls. When we get into simulateds, whether it's with our front look or whether it's with our path, we're going to attack protections. That's what we're going in with these calls for. We're going to attack protections. Sometimes it's to get 5-0. We're going to get into a bear look, hopefully get, 5-0 protection. And now we can dictate protection. Some guys that we play they don't alter their protection based on looks. So if you give them the bear look, they really, some teams will still man slide it that we play. And so, some of those we won't get into 5-0 looks to run these. These can be ran out of 4 down as well as odd. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of ours and how we call them and how we package them. Again, give the illusion of overload pressure. We want the feeling or the look that we're bringing a true pressure, whether it's a 5-man pressure or a 0 blitz. We want to give that illusion that we're bringing, an overload to one side, or we're bringing more guys than they have in the protection. Like if there's 6-man, we're bringing a 7-man and adding on with a 7 guy. So we're going to it's a +1 blitz. Zone replacement, 1 wrap, middle of field open coverages. Those are again, it's a pass call. So our coverages are going to be more varied because we're not worried about stopping the run. So we're going to have some super rotated coverages that, and our patterns in these are not going to be gap sound. Okay, because we're not worried about stopping the run. It's 3rd and 11, right? The cut this week is 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 10. We're playing the percentages that they are going to pass the football on this down and distance. So our coverage options are a little bit more broad than they were with our creepers. We want to keep the running back in protection. Okay, less receivers out, and we're playing standard coverages. Okay, whether it's 3D 4 under, one rat, which is just like if you get in a 4-man front, rush 4 guys, and your 2 inside linebackers are 2-on-1 on the back. That's one funnel, right? It's the same. It's the same concept. Just with these sims, you've got you've got 2 different guys. Being what we call Reggie or 2-on-1 on the back. They're fiddling the back. And so the guy that doesn't have the back is the rat. He's in the coverage. Again, we're not looking to be +1, looking to get 1-on-1s. We want to get rushers to the second level. If we get rushers to the second level and we get a running back blocking, and we get one of our rushers to the running back, and he's in the protection, we win. In Oklahoma, running backs can't cut, so we feel like we've got a great advantage. If we get 1-on-1, they're usually not great pass protectors, right? They want to run inside zone and catch the ball and run A gap power and stuff. They don't want to block guys charging in from off the ball with a full head of steam. So we feel like we get 1-on-1 with a back, we're going to win. Okay, that's a win for us. Again, second or third level rusher, non-traditional rusher is going to be a part of the 4-man rush. Okay, so that's how we define it. Okay, so now how do we package it? Okay, so how do we package it? For us, we package it like our creepers are NFL quarterbacks. Okay, with the exception of a couple. I'll show you why they are, and we can name it a million different things, but I'm old, so I'll tell you why. One of the calls is the way it is when we get there. Okay. All right, so the first one for us is Flacco. Okay, so we're an odd front team. So these first couple I'm going to show you are odd spaced creepers. Okay, let me get that. Share screen out of here. It's wearing me out. These first couple are odd space creepers. So Flacco means we're going to bring the field invert, our dog, as the 4th rusher. Okay. Up front, our defensive line, okay, they're going to play technique on run. Okay. So these dotted lines means what they do on pass. Okay. But if it's run, if we're playing our base tight front, this guy's going to be a big gap defender. Our nose guard's going to play knock back lag. Okay. Our 4-eye front side's going to play B gap. All right. On pass, now it's going to convert to he's going to be the cop player. Okay. He's going to roll A and B depending on what the guard does. Protection wise, this guy becomes like your 3 technique. In pass pro, he's got a 2-way go on the guard. And now this dog here is going to be a surf rusher. So there's 2 ways you can really do it. You can surf your 4th rusher, like on these ones that are par down, where he could be the red guy, right? Like if they ran zone read here, okay, he's going to be the guy that's being read. Okay, so what we do is we treat him as a base way, like a 5 technique. Okay, so again, the 2 ways you can surf, treat him like a 5 technique. However, squeeze and pop, we call it surf, where he's going to be square and he's going to shuffle down the line of scrimmage and play first threat. Or you can bullet path him. Okay, so that means he's either going to like for us, if we give him a bullet path, he's 1 by 1 off the back. If the back goes away, now he's going to stay high and play the quarterback for the read and for the boot. Okay, all right, and we would fall. These guys would fall the linebacker back to play the running back. Okay, on the zero downhill zone. or if it's wind back. Okay. So again, two ways you can do it. All right. So he would be a surf rusher as a base rule. So that means if he's down, okay, this end man's down. All right. He's going to play just like a 5 technique. He's going to surf and take first threat. Okay. If he gets pull at him, okay, we're going to train wreck it. Some people call it dent. We're going to full man the pull at us. Okay. And went inside late. We want the ball to bounce, but we don't want it to get to the edge too fast. And so that's why we don't say wrong arm. We say train wreck. Again, I've heard some guys call it dent technique. Okay. But we're gonna be full man on that puller. All right. If it's passed, then he's cop. Okay. He's the deep shoulder rusher on this side, right? Heard Coach Tony at the clinic talk about, the 4 spokes of the quarterback, right? So he's going to be the near spoke here, okay? The dog would be the back far spoke, okay? Or the back near spoke, I should say. Okay, this nose guard would be this near or this front near far spoke, this one right here. Okay, and then this tackle would be a cop rusher. He would be the far back spoke, right? Like if there's 4 spokes on the quarterback. So those are your 4 rushers, and I thought it was a neat way after hearing him use spokes. We've used near shoulder and near cheek. So for our 4 rushers, we would have near shoulder, near cheek. But I like the spokes for using like where your rushers, what their landmark on pass should be. Okay, we're playing 3 deep. I'm not going to get into how you play 3 deep coverage. For us, as a base way, we play country cover 3. Okay, we're going to bang the seams and overlap with the corners, use divider rules with our corners. We have the ability to match it. So like you see here, it says match 2. We can play Ripley's match rules if we want to carry the seams, if we're worried about 4 verticals. But again, we don't live in cover 3. This is not our world. We're an odd spaced, middle of the field, open coverage structured defense. Okay. We don't live in the cover 3 man free world. We just kind of visit there. All right. So for us, it's like, all right, do we want to dedicate this much time to playing Ripley's match when it's really a changeup? It's a curveball, right? Our fastball is going to be quarters and cover 2. Okay. A variety of both of those. But we have the ability to, if we tag match, we could say Flacco match, okay? And that just tells us that the curl flat defenders are going to match number 2 out and vertical, okay? Just like, the Ripley's match, okay? And 2 strong hook players, however you want to play those, I'm sure is awesome. One thing we do is if it's 3x1 as a base rule, we're going to flood the coverage. Okay. So depending on your rotation, you Bama, Georgia guys would call it Mabel or skate, depending on if it was strong or weak rotation. Okay. For us, we just say flood. So our guys know if it's cover 3 and I'm a curl flat defender, okay, or I'm a hook dropper, I'm going to flood the coverage. So we're going to push to 1, push to 2. Okay. And now whoever's pushing to 3 has got to take 3 up is up. He's got to take 3 back on the bender on 4 vertical. Okay. So again, I'm not going to get into cover 3 just to give you an idea of how we do it. If you major in cover 3, I would play Ripley's match with these. Okay. If that's the world you live in. All right. So we get 2x2, 10 personnel. I think we're going to get T fast here. Okay. So it becomes like a flood. Okay. You can see the backer and the safety working out. Okay. Our dog, number 29 here, is on a bullet path. Okay. There's no reason to surf because there's no read threat, right? So he needs to rush the back spoke of the quarterback. Okay. You can see our 4 technique up top working for Cop. Okay. Our corner down here, bailing to his divider, corner in the boundaries, playing are essentially lined up on his divider. So I'll show you a change up in a minute too, because we kept getting a bunch of 4-1 slide. So what I mean by 4-1 slide is 6-man protection, okay, versus our tight front, okay, versus our tight front. Okay, we would get the tackle locked on him, which I'm sure you guys see this too, and everybody else. It's it's man slide. They're locking, okay, the front side four. Okay, well, in a minute I'll show you a clip. Our 4-eye gets washed. Our dog, our fourth rusher, is way too high, doesn't surf, and we have a giant rush lane. So what we started doing was on pass, this guy working through the center. Okay, if the center worked to him, it became like a ton stunt essentially. So our nose guard going to play technique on run. If it was pass, then he was going to wrap tight off of him. Okay, so understanding that this guy was going to stay locked, so you end up getting like that NCAA path on pass, where meaning that the nose guard was going to be like the inside rush lane guy, like the inside linebacker on NCAA fire zone blitz. Okay, and I'll show you it here in just a minute. Third and long here. Okay. All right. Again, this is the protection and the adjustment we made. This was later in the year. Okay. So again, Flacco, if the ball's in the middle, we're going to bring it to the passing string. Okay. Flacco field, but the ball's in the middle, we're going to bring it from the passing string. So in this case, the back is number 3. So that's the passing string. I'll show you from the end zone what the pattern looks like too, and you can kind of see it right here too. So again, we get an issue. You know, even if they protect it the right way, 97 on the wrap still comes free. So if the back does what he's supposed to and picks up the dog linebacker blitzing our nickel star guy as the fourth rusher, okay, 97's coming free. Okay, 75 is going to pick the center because the center tries to work back with our nose guard. Okay, and you can see it ends up being like a ton stunt and 97 free. 97 thought he stays with the back instead of wrapping because he thought it was slip screen to the back. All right, 3-by-1. You know, if it's attached 3, we're not going to alter who our fourth rusher is. 3 detached. So if you get like true trips and 3 detached receivers, you can bring your Mike, which we would call our buck. We don't. I want to bring our dog, our invert. This guy for us is a really good athlete, really good rusher. And so we want to bring him as the fourth rusher as much as possible. Okay. Our buck is more of a true middle linebacker guy. So he's probably not going to be as good of an edge rusher as our dog, the field invert guy. Okay. All right, this is in the state finals a couple years ago, and you can see us. We should be flooding the coverage here, okay? We should be flooding the coverage, so it should be push to 1, okay? Push to 2, all right? He should be pushing to 3 and taking this guy back. He should be man turning, staying low on his hip, okay, and taking 3 back. Okay, one thing about flood that I didn't mention, okay, when we flood the coverage, we're going to meg the boundary corner, okay? All right, so we're going to meg him, all right? So this guy's off the back, all right? Whoever your weak flat defender is, okay? We say, your 4 first crosser, okay? So there's 4. You're off the back. So if he's fast this way, okay, then you're in the push and you've got the next inside cut from the field or the first crosser from the field. Okay, you're going to play top down on him. All right. If he's weak, you're going to play top down, but essentially you got him man to man. You're a curl flat dropper if he's weak, but essentially you've got him man to man. All right, so you can see our buck, our Mike linebacker here. Okay, he should just pop his feet. I mean, this should be an interception, right? They run lock zone, okay? They run lock zone, and our buck doesn't have a gap. I mean, we're rushing the dog from his side, okay? All right, it's 3rd and 6, I think, 3rd and 7. All right, so we're using a bullet path with the dog, okay? The buck just needs to sit and play the stick by 3, okay? I mean, it's it's still, 4th and 3 or whatever, but it should have been, interception, or we would made the quarterback hold it another count, and we get a free rusher there because of the structure of how they're blocking it. All right, let's get to the next one here. Yeah, I think everybody's got a good feel for that. It's pretty simple, right? Play tight front, okay? Bring the field invert, and on pass, slant the front away. How we let me go back. All right. One thing you can do, all right, if you don't want to play technique with these guys, you want to step them, you can step them opposite of the 4th rusher. That's great. We don't want to. We want to play technique and stay covered on guys, okay, and be thick on blockers, okay, with our 4 eyes and our 0, okay. How we get them to go away from the 4th rusher on passes is with an R or L. So we can say river or lake, send them one way or the other. Okay, we say rake and leaf, ripple is, rhino, lobo. We have R and L words that mean different things to send the defensive line based on, like, if it's a fire zone and we want the 4 to long stick. If we want one guy moving, if we want all 3 moving. So we just give them RL words to direct them on pass where to go. And that's if all of them are going, okay? If all 3 guys are moving. So now this is one we call Rattler. Again, we're kind of saying that the quarterback from Oklahoma is going to be one, but we needed an R word. It was easy. We knew our kids would know it here in Oklahoma, so we used Rattler, okay? So Jack's Rattler. Now a little bit different with the technique here, right? So Rattler, R, we're going to bring it to the running back, all right? We're going to bring it to the running back. So the inside linebacker to the running back is going to snap blitz, and he's going to face the guard, okay? So if the guard's down, all right, he's going to bend and chase and play off his ass, okay? If the guard happened to block him, then he would work across his face, okay? So that's face technique, all right? If he gets face, he's going to cross it. If he gets ass, he's going to bend flat off of it and go behind it, all right? Now, we're going to play technique on run in this sim, or in this creeper, okay? Our 4 eyes, all right, they're going to play lag, okay? So you can play them in 4s if you want, okay? What that means is if this guy cuts him off, he's going to play behind the block of the tackle either way, all right? So we're thinking the back's offset here, thinking zone read. Great creeper for zone read, okay? We're going to knock the piss out of this tackle and play his back half, okay? So on run, he's going to end up playing a C gap if the tackle blocks him. If the tackle arcs him, then he's going to step out and play the quarterback, okay? Because we're inserting this guy, and he's going to end up playing the back, right? Okay, so the read guy, all right, would be the 4 eye. So if this guy arcs, whether he arcs to inside or whether he arcs to outside, now he's going to play the quarterback, right? And now we're telling the quarterback to do what? To give it, right? Give it into our snap blitzer, okay? This guy over here, he's going to play stack, track, fall back, okay? So he's going to play ball fit rules, okay? All right? He's going to be A to C, depending on the path of the back, okay? He's front side A to overlap C if the ball winds all the way back, okay? Because this guy, this dog here, all right, he's out of the fit, okay? We're not using him in the fit. All right, we don't need to, right? So like if you're getting like lock RPO, right, and they're throwing stick, right, or they're throwing glance, this is a great one, okay, where this guy can sit all over 2. If you play your 7 switch stuff, okay, play to the side of the back because he's not in the fit, okay? The dog is not in the fit. You eliminate all that stuff, the lock zone RPO by playing this. The front side 4 is going to play the B gap. Okay, he's going to play behind the block of the tackle. Tackle's going to get a double. Okay, going to play knockback, and then however you teach the the 4-eye on the double team. Okay. All right. Down here, it's the same thing. The back's just offset the other way. Instead of giving an RL call, we're going to say Rattler left or Rattler right. Now, on pass, the 4 eyes are going to be cop players. All right. So they're going to play their technique. On pass, they're going to cop. All right. They're going to be deep spoke rushers. Okay. So the nose guard's the only one that needs to know right or left. So if I'm on the right and in this picture, it's the buck going, I'm going to say Rattler right. The nose guard knows on pass, I've got to work left. Okay. To even out the pass rush. All right. So we don't get the nose, buck, and one of our 4 eyes on the same side. Okay. All right. So we're going to run this. We can key out on pulls. Okay. All right. We can key out on pulls depending upon how they block the power on the backside, if they dart it or if they run power. Okay. Or if you got a guy that's a good bender and chaser, there's a gap there because if they pull the guard, right, on one back power, all right, and this guy blocks, this guy's going to end up playing the C gap. Our nose guard's going to end up fitting into the double, okay, front side. They're going to block down on the 4 eye, okay, guard pulls. So if you've got a good bender and chaser, you don't need to key him out, all right, on pulls away, okay. If you feel like you need to, if you feel like let's say you're keeping both overhangs out and you're using 7-man spacing run fits, okay, then you may want to key that guy out, have this guy spill, have this guy key out, overlap late. All right, let me get just the coverage is we're playing quarters. You can play cover 2. It's just quarters there generically, okay? So, you can play all kinds of coverages with it. We just had it drawn up to quarters there, okay? All right, so we did it based on they had 2 backs back here, so we did it with the field linebacker. So this guy's going to snap blitz here, okay? We're playing jacks, our jacks front, which is lag for our 4 eyes here, okay? So for us, it's going to be Rattler right. Okay, and so you'll see the insert rusher. Snap blitz. They arc to the inside linebacker, which is I'd like to see 67, right? Makes 77 arc around him. Makes it too easy. If he blocks me, knock him back. Okay? You don't care about getting cut off anyway. Knock his ass back and play behind it. All right, but you can see the double, our nose guard sitting into it playing technique. Well, now, if you slanted the nose, that guard's going to come off and block 33. Okay, so now you're playing technique. This guy's got to, he's staying nice and thick. He's going to sit into the double. Okay, poor fit here by 24. All right, but now you can see the insert blitz or the snap blitzer is unaccounted for. Really good versus zone read. Really good versus lock zone stuff too, okay, to the side of the back. All right, so here it's Rattler left, Jack's Rattler left, good. So now you can see 44 here. All right, we're going to get an arc here. All right, you can see he's going to try to arc the inside linebacker. Well, 44 is just stepping out because he's the quarterback player anyway, right? So now the arc doesn't get to the linebacker, the inside linebacker, or the outside linebacker. Again, poor fit by 24. The bend of the linebacker saves us here because it's poor fit by 24. I'm not sure where he's going. He should have been in the A gap. All right, but that's a good look of what it should look like versus arc, okay? All right. I think you're pretty good feel Rattler. Watch it one more time through. If you guys have questions, put them in there. I'll answer it when we get done. I want to get to some of our third down stuff. Get through all these par down calls. All right, so again, now we're bringing it from the passing strength here. Okay, so the ball, it was in the middle. We're going to bring the passing strength. Again, 44 did a much better job than 67 here. 67 should just keep knocking that tackle back, right? That tackle, he should give the illusion that he's playing, the B gap and he's playing base technique. He's not playing lag technique where he would play behind it. Better fit by that other inside linebacker there by number 40. Okay, so Farv. Okay, even. Now we're going to get into an even space look. Okay, we're still playing strong rotated cover 3. So for us, it's Tucson. All right, so Farv, Tucson. Now Farv tells us that the 4th rusher, it's Farv is Flacco to the dog. It's Flacco to everybody but the defensive lineman. Now they're either facing or two facing, okay? And as you can see here, Farv is really Flacco. That's all we're getting to. We're getting to Flacco. We're just doing it with movement. Flacco, we're playing technique. Now we're getting to the same look. We're getting to the tight front with movement, right? This guy's becoming the 4-eye, the two techniques becoming the 0. This guy's becoming the 4-eye, right? So we're just getting to tight front with movement. So when we teach our linebackers, hey, your fits are identical to how we would fit in our tight front. Okay. All right. So it's the same. So you're teaching same as. So now I've installed something new without having to teach something new. Okay. Our kids already know it. Coverage is the same, right? The drops for the will, the rock, the buck, and the free safety, they're all the same. Corner's the same. Okay. All right. You've got to work on it. Now you've got to teach your D-line movement. All right. So now we're going to say ram or lion to direct all of our down guys. Okay. Ram or lion. So here we're going to direct them into the boundary. So it'd be lion. Okay. The field would be to our right. Okay. Again, you can match cover 3. You can play country cover 3 where you got 2 curl flat defenders, right? 2 hook droppers, and play country and spot drop. That's the way we do it. Okay. Sorry, Coach Kogan. I apologize. All right. But we can match it. If we're worried about getting verticals and play, Ripley's match rules. 3x1, we're still going to flood it. All right. All cover 3s. All right. So here you can see a 2x2. All right. And we were matching it here against our offense. Okay. We didn't make a push call here. Okay. So there's a fast 3, but we didn't use the fast 3 rule where the safety would come off, play top down. We had our buck linebacker take 3 through to the flat. Okay. We're going to go ahead and carry with the safety. We're going to go ahead and match the vertical of number 2. All right. So now we get into a little stem here. Okay. We start in odd space. Okay. Stem the front. All right. But we end up going back to where it came from. And I'll show you from the end zone shot. Okay. I think the stem helped us on their zone concept here. Okay. So you can see, right? 75's getting to the B gap. Okay. He's the 4-eye. 97 is going to be the 0, right? 92's the 4-eye. He ends up working out because his path is way too wide. He should be B to cop. Okay. Should be B to cop. All right. Should be two face for the nose guard. Okay. So he's going to work across the guard and the center. If the center's at him, he's going to cross his face. If he gets the center's ass, he's going to get flat and bend and chase. Okay. 75 is playing face on the tackle. Okay. He gets a face. He should redirect, stay in the B gap. He's almost too thick here. All right. But you can see here. Okay. All right. Get my film going here. All right. There we go. Okay. You can see our backers. Okay. It's going to be zone at him, right? It's stack. Okay. All right. Stack and then fall back in the A. This guy's going to stack to the nose and then fall back in the C off the 4. Okay. This defensive lineman again is too wide, so he'd end up falling back in the B gap. Okay. And you can see our fits, that's what it would be. Okay. On inside zone here. Okay. All right, same thing here. Now our 5 techniques he's too far up the field. He takes the wrong step. Okay. All right. Doesn't step with his inside foot first. He's too much up the field. And we get lucky here because a good fit with our backer here, right? We get split zone, right? One backer is really good. The other one's not so good. Okay. Right. 33 should just keep working outside. Okay. All right. He works to the A gap now. Okay. Fitting off of 75. Okay, so Lion, good fit here by 24, the boundary inside linebacker. Really good fit. Saves us because 44 is very poor there on the face technique. All right, so I think we're good on Farv. Let me get to another one so we can get to our third down stuff here. Okay. All right, so next one is Brady, okay? Brady, so Brady boundary, B boundary, okay? R and T, we're going to talk about tailbacks with quarterback. So quarterback with an R, quarterback with a T, we're going to bring it to the tailback, okay? Brady, B, Brady, we have Boomer. We have all kinds of quarterback names that are calls for us. So if it's got a B, it's from the boundary. The fourth rusher is from the boundary, okay? Baker Mayfield is another one. All right. So now Brady is just Favre but flipped. Okay. Again, we're playing 3 deep. We're playing 3 deep, 4 under. Okay. Now your rock is the weak curl flat defender. Okay, or your will, whatever you want to call him. Your buck is the weak hook player. Okay. So on trips, he's got to take 3 back in 3 by 1. All right. Your will's the strong hook player. The one adjustment here that we will do is versus 3 detached. Let me get to the next slide here. Versus 3 detached, our we'll say you get up and go. So if number 3 was a wide receiver, a stand-up guy out here, he would end up, we say get up and go, he would end up standing up, okay, on snap indicator, all right, and end up being the apex defender, okay? So he's going to play coverage to action. He's got to play his coverage, okay, and still be in a position to play the run. So coverage to action means he's got a line to play his coverage. So that's what he's going to do. We say get up and go. All right, 3 by 1, we still flood the coverage just like we do in Farv. Okay, all of our 3 deep, 4 unders we're going to flood versus 3 by 1. All right, so here, okay, we're in 4-man even spacing. Okay, so we would say again ram or lion. So here we want to send them to the field, so we're going to say lion. Okay, the front's doing the exact same thing. Okay, if you're to the ram or lion, you're playing face. If you're the one of our DNs, okay, the viper here or the will, okay, if you're to the ram or lion, you're playing face. Okay,
Adam, we got about 5 minutes, Adam.
Okay, all right, I got to roll then. All right, thanks, coach. Okay, if you're the opposite 2I or 2, you're cop. All right, and then the will's in coverage. You're dropping. You're just not a curl flat defender. Okay. All right, you can see here, they should have thrown it to 3 on the bender for a touchdown. This is why you've got to take 3 back, okay? All right, our weak hook defender, number 33, okay, he's got to take 3 back. You'll see in the next example, and our field corner doesn't play very good. His divider alignment is very poor, okay? Our 29's got to get the guy that becomes number 2 on the switch vertical out of the seam, okay? But we get good pressure. They feel us. 4th down, we get off the grass. Okay, I'm gonna show. So now this is just out of a double A gap look. Okay, so it looks like pump block. I love it. Okay, this is 3rd down too. All right. Again, the reason I'm showing this one versus screens because we're playing zone. We've got eyes on the quarterback. We see the ball thrown. We rally to it. 3-yard loss. Okay. So again, these are really good versus your typical zone beaters. Okay, here we get empty. Another good thing about creepers and sims is they play versus empty. Okay, 75's got to get flatter. All right, really good job by 67, keeping contained. All right, but our boundary in there's got to get flatter. Okay, go through these. All right, here's another example. Okay, our will. Okay, get up and go. I got 3 detached. I'm the apex defender. If it's pass, I'm pushing to number 2. I'm the field hook player. All right, but we're going to flood the coverage. Okay, better job here by 33. You can see him as he opens. He's getting ready to take 3 back. Okay, all right, he's getting ready to take 3 on the bender. He knows 3's vertical, so he's going to the middle field safety. We don't need to take him. We don't need to carry him. Only if he's running the bender. Okay, to the opposite hash. All right, let me get all right, so this was this is an example, played Tampa 2 with it. So we played inverted cover 2 to the field. We brought the same pressure to the boundary. We rolled him down as the clouded corner and him over the top because we'd shown this blitz. This is in the semifinals. We'd shown this, this creeper a bunch. So this was our change up off of it. On third down, we get a power RPO into it. So it ends up becoming a really good call here. And you can see they get us with the change up on the cadence. Good example or good call, good change up if they're going to throw hot. Okay, a bunch. It's only a few minutes here. Okay, any of you guys want this? I'll show you this, but I want to. This is belly one rat. I can Zoom you guys or whatever if you guys are interested in looking at it. But I want to get to third down stuff and get through as much as I can. Coach Wilkinson, appreciate it because I'm not showing this. Hopefully he didn't show any bad clips of him getting after us in his clinic last night. So I won't do the same thing. All right, I'll hold. So let me get to our overload stuff. All right, so Falcons, okay, so usually this is going to be a third down call, okay, a sub package, okay. So we're going to put our big guys to the field, Falcons, F, right, okay, field, okay. Our backers are going to go into the boundary, so we're going to get into like a bear type look, okay. So here's the path, okay. All right, our nose guard's going to engage cop. Our tackle's going to super stick. You can do it from a 4-eye, 3. You want to get into true bear, great, okay. Our Viper's wide, okay. Our dog is going to run, he's going to use track path, which is just face technique off the tackle. He's going to play face or ass off the tackle. We're playing match cover 2. We've played Tampa 2 out of this as well, okay. Let me go ahead and get to the video and we'll talk through it. It's a better one than that. They throw stick. All right, here's a good one. All right, so middle of the field, Falcons to the passing strength. It's trips to our right. Okay, so now top to us, the base way we play is we're going to play 2 trap. He should be clouded because of the stacks. He should play outside. Okay, and we're cutting. Okay, or we're a 2-to-1 wall player, 3-to-2 wall player. All right, and then he's 2-to-1 off the back. Okay, so you can see 23 should really have 7. All right, and number 5, the guy should almost makes the interception, should be taking the fullback to the flat. Okay, but again, you can see here from the end zone, we get a shot on the quarterback, and again, we're rushing 4 guys. Okay. All right, let me get to. We run the same path. Okay, same path. Now we're going to play Tampa 2 with it. So now instead of playing matchup 2, we're playing spot drop Tampa. Number 4 should be working this way. Number 4 should be the curl defender here, and we're playing Tampa with our buck. Okay, and our weak curl player is number 40. So instead of matching 2-to-1, all right, or cutting off of 2, right, playing match cover 2, we're playing looser cover 2. We're playing true Tampa spot drop, and the pressure. We get free and we force a bad throw in the state championship game and get a pick 6, which is a big play, really broke the game open there. We run switch pattern, so we switched the Viper and the dog. We brought him outside. That's the only difference. We just made a tag with it. We called it Falcon switch. All right, let me get to Saints here. Okay, I can roll through these pretty quick. All right, Falcons Tucson, we do the same thing, same path. We just played 3 deep, 4 under. Okay, so just the same coverage we ran with Farv. Okay, all right. Instead of getting into the same coverage we ran with Farv and Flacco, we're just doing it with using an overloaded NFL simulated pressure. So again, I didn't mention because I was trying to hurry. NFL teams are overloaded simulated pressure. So now these are our third down calls. Okay, that we're going to get into. All right, so let me show you the boundary version of Falcons, okay? So the opposite of Falcons is Saints, okay? Short side, okay? Big guy's going to go to the short side. It's the same pattern. Now we're just going to bring the boundary corner. Same thing. You want to play matchup cover 2? Great. Play match 2. You want to play like a man match version of cover 2 and cut off the back and the 2s? great, where you can play tighter coverage and it almost plays like 2-man. Or again, you can play Tampa. We play Tampa 2 with this simulated pressure as well. Okay, so it's the same concept. All right, just the fourth rusher is different. Okay, get to a couple clips and then I'll get to Bears and we'll get out of here. Okay, all right. So there you can see we're walling. Okay, walling the 2 is our corner. We super rotate the safeties. Our corner shows a little bit too quick. All right. Let me get to the Tampa version so you can see it. All right. So this is Tampa. So we're playing Tampa 2. He's going to roll back, be the half field defender. He's going to show middle of field close. As a matter of fact, he shows it almost too long, gets caught. This guy's going to spin down and play cloud. Same pattern, but you can see why simulateds are good, okay, is because we get our corner, a really good athlete, one-on-one with their guard who is not, I'm not talking about Norman North, the team we're playing here, but most guards in pass pro are the worst protectors. Them and the running backs we want to get one-on-one with. So we get one-on-one with their guard. He sets him up, comes underneath. All right, there you can see the Tampa 2 coverage. Same pattern. We're just playing spot drop, Tampa 2. Okay, vision break, cover 2. All right. Good change up. So it allows you to get some flexibility. You can play quarters off of it too if you want. Okay. All right. That was they throw screen in the state championship game. You got again, we're playing zone coverage. We got eyes on the ball. Okay. I think we get like 7 guys around the football. Okay. On a third and long. Okay. So Bears, okay, this is kind of like the double A gap blitz that I was going to show but didn't get to. Our Addy, or some people call it belly one rat. This is Bears. Okay, so we're going to stem to double eagle. Bears, big guys go to the back. So we're going to set the big guys, our tackle and viper, to the running back. We're going to send the nose guard 2 or away from the back, depending on what we want. If we know we're getting 5-0 protection, so that running back's got the will linebacker in protection, we're going to take the nose guard to him, all right? And we're going to take the will away, okay? So we're going to make the running back come all the way across. And on interior simulateds or creepers, if you get blocked by the back, spilling. We want to knock the quarterback off his spot. We want to make the quarterback go east and west, okay? We don't want to let him step up in the pocket, all right? So coaching point for your insert guys is when if they get blocked by the back, spill the back. Make the quarterback go right or left, all right? Okay, these guys are playing that 2-on-1 concept, okay? Our Viper and Rock, okay? They're playing 2-on-1 with the back. They're what we say sharing the back, okay? So this guy's in the down. He's in the pass pro, okay? This guy's going to end up adding on and hug rushing that guy. It's going to tracing that guy. It's going to look like he's it's going to look like we're running a twist stunt with it, okay? All right? The guy away from the back is going to be the rat. So however you want to teach the rat, if you want to teach him cut rules or rat rules, great. If you want to teach him where he's spying the quarterback and he's just going to be body help on crossers, that's great as well. All right. We get to the video here and then we'll be done, Coach. I promise. Thanks for giving me a second or two here. Okay. Had a little technical difficulties at first. All right. So now backs to our right. Okay. So it's Bears right. We're going to send the nose guard left. Okay. And you can see 28's the rat here. Okay, 44, all right, 44 should be working to the back inside the 3 technique, okay? All right, so because we give them issues give their protection some issues here, we get a free hitter, right? You're running the old Bears. I mean, that's been around since the 46 defense has been invented, right? This stunt, but now instead of being a cover 1 blitz with no rat or a 0 blitz, you get the same effectiveness, but now I've got a low rat, okay, and I'm playing traditional, regular coverage. I'm playing base coverage. We play 1 rat in our regular defense when we're not running sims or creepers, okay? So show you the end zone shot here. Okay, so we would give an R or L word to direct the nose guard where to go. Okay, so we give him an R word here. He goes to the right. Okay, and again, 6-man pass pro. We get 4 guys protecting on one side. We get 4 guys protecting to the two-man side. So see what how do you get all this taught to high school kids? I'll answer these questions with me as I can get to here. Reps. You got to be simple in how you teach it. Okay. You got to be, that's the big deal is our head coach does not believe in KISS. Okay. He believes in kill. And that's something I've used since I was a young guy. Okay. Is keep it likable and learnable. Don't keep it simple. Offensive guys want you to keep it simple. Don't keep it simple. Have a bunch of tools in the toolbox, but be a good teacher and don't be afraid to teach a bunch of things. Okay. But it's in how you teach it. You know, how your guy's going to learn it. That's the biggest thing. It's not, oh my gosh, your call sheet's X amount long. No, be a good teacher, and have your coaches be good teachers, because that's the most important thing. It's not what you're teaching, it's how you're teaching it. All right. Holy cow. All right. I can't get through all these. Coach Rice is going to kick me off here. He's gonna get mad at me if I don't go, because I guarantee there's a hell of a lot better speakers than me coming on. I don't want to take their time. So, guys, shoot me. I'm on Huddle, or shoot me on Twitter. Okay, at Coach Adam Gaylor. You can reach out to me. Adam.Gaylor at jinxps.org is my email. Feel free to reach out to me. I don't have any secrets. I'll help you out any way I can. Coach, sorry I ran over. Appreciate your time. And anybody that has any questions or want to talk, and not necessarily about this, want to talk about anything, I'm always down to talk football. So thanks again,
a million, Coach. Thanks a million. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach.